there be such a bizarre world? Kaching turned around and looked at the height of the second floor, exactly 4 blocks high. At that moment, she couldn't help but feel a little nervous. Although she probably wouldn't die from a fall, getting injured and being unable to explore would be a huge loss. Ganyu also felt guilty. "I'm sorry, Ryen. I was careless. Are you alright?" Upon hearing this, Kaching quickly came over, her face full of concern. Ryen waved his hand, smiling. "Don't worry, my physique is special. As long as it's not a fatal injury, I can recover quickly." "So, you were injured after all?" Ganyu's large eyes suddenly filled with tears. "I'm sorry, it's all my fault." Seeing how upset Ganyu looked, Ryen patted her head and smiled. "It's alright, I didn't tell you in advance, so it's my fault. Don't worry. Besides, Ganyu gave me a huge benefit. A Kirin's embrace. Probably not many in Liyue Harbor would dare to dream of it, huh?" Immediately, Ganyu let out a soft laugh, her eyes turning into crescent moons, full of charm and cuteness. Ryen had seen such sights often, but he couldn't help but admire her beauty for a moment before turning his gaze away. He released Ganyu and said, "I'll craft some items for you both. Take a look." With that, he walked over to the workbench. He casually grabbed a pile of wooden planks and sticks. To start developing in this world, tools are essential. First, an axe for chopping trees. 3 planks, 2 sticks, this makes a wooden axe. 4 axes made from other materials, just replace the planks with other materials. Next is the pickaxe, which is essential for mining. We'll need to craft several sets. The crafting recipe is... Ryen continued to explain the basic crafting formulas for commonly used tools to Ganyu and Kaching. Kaching didn't know where she found paper and pen, but she diligently started recording everything. Next are weapons and shields. Ryen took out 3 iron ingots, a bit sentimental. In the past year, he had only scavenged 3 iron ingots, and these, he had taken them from his good friend's house. To be exact, from the house with a furnace and lava. For swords, you need 1 stick and 2 planks. Similarly, replacing the planks with other materials will give you a sword made from different materials. As for the shield, the requirements are rigid: 6 planks and 1 iron ingot. The arrangement is like this, don't get it wrong. Ryen had abandoned the idea of crafting himself an iron sword and shield. It wasn't that he was heartless and only cared about his own survival. But honestly speaking, even Zhongli would probably have a hard time surviving in this world. Kaching and Ganyu had come with him, so it didn't make sense to let them be in danger. Both of them could tell that Ryen felt regret when he placed the iron ingots down, but they didn't say anything. They silently made a note to themselves to help him gather more of these materials. After organizing a pile of tools, Ryen handed them to Kaching and Ganyu. Try them out. They might not be as good as your current weapons, but they should still be decent. After all, with their weight, even just swinging them should be enough to easily knock out a few chuchas. Kaching and Ganyu exchanged a look, eagerly accepting the shields Ryen handed them. Ganyu seemed alright, though she struggled a bit, gritting her teeth to hold onto it. But Kaching wasn't as strong as Ganyu. With a clang, the shield dropped to the floor. Kaching looked at it in disbelief, then struggled to swing the sword she held. It's so heavy. This sword must weigh at least 4 or 500 kilograms. And this shield, it must weigh over a ton, right? Ryen, you must be incredibly strong. Kaching was a bit disappointed, but still looked at Ganyu and Ryen with envy. However, Ryen fell into deep thought. To be honest, this was his oversight. The items in the MC world were great, but the one thing that had to be taken seriously was they were just too heavy. Looking at Steve carrying all that weight without issue, what kind of person was Steve? The god of strength. Kaching's inability to lift the shield meant that even basic tasks like chopping trees and mining would become a struggle. It could even directly affect their ability to craft tools. This wasn't good. Without anyone to help clear the land, Ryen would be unable to handle the vastness of this world on his own. System, is there any way to solve this? Ryen asked in his mind. After a brief moment of silence, the system's voice rang out. Ding! Body synchronization function activated. In the MC world, teammates selected by the host can share part of Steve's physical attributes. Note: only valid in the MC world. Upon hearing this, Ryen let out a sigh of relief and selected Ganyu and Keqing as his teammates. But inside, he couldn't help but curse the system. System, that's a low blow. That's clearly a bug of yours, and you just brushed it off so easily. Don't other systems offer some compensation when they have a bug? Unfortunately, no matter how much Ryen grumbled, the system remained silent. He could only curse it mentally and let it go. With a sigh, Ryen turned to Keqing with a smile. Try again. I've temporarily bound your physique to mine, so you should now have part of my strength. This sentence was almost unnecessary. The moment the binding was complete, both Keqing and Ganyu gasped, staring in disbelief at their hands. Wow, such incredible strength. Keqing looked at Ryen, stunned. I feel like with this strength, I could crush the Jade Chamber with a single blow. Ryen, you're really that powerful? So, that big hole, it was really you who made it? Ryen shrugged and smiled. I told you, but you didn't believe me. But this strength is way beyond what I expected. Maybe even the Geo Archon isn't as strong as I am right now. Ganyu still couldn't fully grasp it. The wooden sword she had struggled to swing earlier now felt like a toy in her hands. Ryen couldn't help but think, who said Ganyu's swordsmanship was poor? Living for thousands of years, could her sword skills really be bad?
She was even spinning the sword now.
But Ryen didn't feel any envy. He didn't want to learn swordsmanship. The sword techniques he knew were enough for him. As for the rest, one punch breaks everything. With Steve's physique, Ryen proudly declared, no one in Teyvat could withstand his punch. Why bother learning swordsmanship? A random punch would knock out the teacher. Forget about the vision. Forget about the heart of the gods. One punch for me is colder than the frost of the abyss. Can you withstand it? Since no one could withstand a single punch, then martial arts swordsmanship.
Small talk.
Is this really only part of your strength? It's just unbelievable. Keqing shook her head, still unable to fully accept what was happening, even though the entire worldview had collapsed today. Special physique. Ryen waved his hand, smiling. Give it a try now. You should be able to pick up these things now, right? Keqing confidently nodded. No problem. Absolutely no problem. With that, she casually picked up the shield and wooden sword and swung them a few times. With each swing, the wind howled. If they were in Teyvat, it would likely have created a storm. Now, we can go explore the world, right? Ryen laughed heartily, pushing open the door and stepping into the rising sun. He spoke softly. Of course, this new world. It's my world, and it will be your world